Hello, dear community, and very welcome to our live stream today. We're in Talent Garden, Austria, Talent Garden Vienna, actually, I should say correctly. Really, really cool location. It's my first time here. I can't believe it that it's my first time here, but it really is.
Very bad
I
news.
will be here more often, as I can see.
I hope so.
With us is the new country manager, Petra Hauser. Petra, hello.
Hello. Hello, Dejan.
And the founder and CEO on the global level, Davide Dattoli. Davide, buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Welcome to Vienna. Very good to have you here, Davide. We met, I think, 5 years ago. We got excited for Talent Garden already back then. And now this project came to be a couple of months ago. You have a new country manager here. So we'll give some updates. We reported about some developments on the WeWork side today. So I will be asking you for some comments about that as well. But let's start with a pitch about Talent Garden so that we clarify that. Is it a co-working space? Is it more that? Is it beyond that? Who wants?
Please. The idea of Talent Garden starts with the fact of saying we are not only a co-working space, but we try to be a physical platform that empowers tech innovators. And this is something different. We try to be in all the locations which we are. We are today in 8 different countries, 26 different campuses across Europe, with the idea to try to support tech talents in order to develop themselves. And so we create this powerhouse where people can come here to work, all the co-working space. They come here to learn. We have a lot of courses that are happening every week in order to train people about the digital skills, but it's also a place to connect with the best people from all the community. And this is a little bit the secret sauce of Talent Garden, putting together different elements. The space is one of it, but the idea is really to be an accelerator of mind, an acceleration of talent.
Does it have a digital component? Do you connect all these spots?
Absolutely, yes. Also, we have Genie, that is our artificial intelligence system that connects all of the members in Talent Garden by an artificial intelligence system that we develop internally that try to connect members across the different campuses. So every week you receive 5 useful connections to develop your own business inside Talent Garden. 3 of them are from your own campus and 2 of them are from other campus of the network. And the idea is take a coffee with that person because probably it's something interesting to develop your business locally or globally.
Before we ask Petra about the plans in Austria, in Vienna in particular, what revenue streams do you have? How is your business structured? Just understand that and then to transform this to Vienna.
So consider that 50% of our revenue are coming from the space itself, 30% is coming by education, train people, both students that want to enter in digital world, but also big companies that need to update their employee about digital skills, and 20% is coming from events. And this is also the main difference between Talent Garden and all the other players across Europe. Today we are the biggest European network of co-working space dedicated to innovation and digital, because we try to really mix these elements together. And so for us, connecting Vienna and Austria with all the European ecosystem is something really useful, because we help companies to stay local but have the opportunity to grow in other countries around Italy, Spain, the Nordics, Ireland, where they can develop their own business and their own connection.
Petra, before I ask you about your plans, what actually convinced you to take this job? You have a strong track record as a corporate manager, as entrepreneur, Exponential Hub, and far more beyond that. How did Davide convince you to take that job?
Actually, that's a good question. And the question arrived to me via Singularity University from San Francisco. So I got a call from somebody who is now part of the Talent Garden family, Diego Gil. He's doing all the big summits, the Singularity summits in Europe for Talent Garden. And he told me that they are searching for a country manager. And I said, yes, well, okay, why not? Let's have a talk. And I was immediately invited to go to Milan. And there I got to know the entire leadership team on a very intense day. And I must say, I loved the idea because I did corporate innovation, B2B with my own company, and had always this idea how to scale that, because as a one single person company, you cannot scale in a way. And I found that I would love to do that actually in a group that is European-wide active. And this is what I found with Talent Garden actually. And this is exactly what we now do.
Just to clarify your role, are you operationally full in, or do you just want to, so to say, pursue your services within Talent Garden?
Yeah, so I'm here totally and fully dedicated to the Talent Garden job. I think there is no other option to do that. It is more than 100% job, I must say. Also, I'm very operational because we are a startup. So actually our team of 11, we are doing all the jobs that need to be done. Definitely we have our processes and our roles, but in the end, everyone helps everyone.
Maybe give us some updates on the status quo. How many tenants do you have here, and what are you planning in terms of 3 revenue streams? Do you also want to tackle the topic of education, the topic of events, and what kind of revenue structure will you have in Vienna?
Yeah, so actually we are already doing that. So this idea of work, learn and connect that Davide already suggested, this is something which we have here already in place. So exactly beginning of November, we will start our first full-time classes, so-called boot camps in the areas of UX, UI, Codemaster, and also digital marketing and growth hacking. So this will be really full-time programs, 3 months long, that also include the European kind of idea, because these students will also go to Madrid or Milan to spend 1 week there and have an exchange with the experts there. So this is on the learn part. This is one of many programs we are doing in the school.
Let's just explain that a bit further.
Yes.
Is it a full-time learning journey, so to say, for 3 months, or is it a weekend course that
Exactly,
I take?
it is full-time, as I said. This is really from Monday to Friday, full day, a learning program. We have dedicated faculty staff that was selected by us and a scientific coordinator. We have learning path agents, so to say, from our side that accompany the students during these 3 months and also make sure that their experience is extraordinary. Apart from the traveling to other European countries, we have practical challenges with real companies. We even have this idea of, if you do that masterclass, there's a good chance you get a really cool job afterwards. So we have placement partners like Bank Austria or Telekom Austria. And that means that when you do a class, in the end, you have a practical training which is fixed for you.
Okay, so who would be the target group? Students who want to improve their digital skills, or corporates who want to improve their employee skills in terms of digitalization?
Yeah, I mean, I talk about students, so it's like a consumer product. But for us, the mindset matters. The student can be 60 years old or it can be 18 years old. The only thing we look when we cast the students for the classes, that they have a same kind of level of experience to make sure that the class really comes to that goal that we would like to achieve.
I stopped you while explaining the second pillar of revenues. What about the third and the first?
Yeah, exactly.
Event?
Yeah, exactly. So the first is the work part. And the good news is that already now, after 7 months, we have an occupancy rate of 79%, which is really incredible, especially for Vienna, because this idea of co-working is not so much well known as you might think, being in the scene, but outside the scene, it's not so well known, as I said. So it's great to have that occupancy with really cool companies sitting here, and also gig economy people, yeah, like one person, one-stop shops, yeah. But also we have companies like Kreisel Electric, like Too Good To Go, like Horny Coffee. So really, I mean, cool companies. Also we have corporate partners with their kind of innovation programs and departments sitting here, especially RBI, so Raiffeisenbank International, Vigio, a part of Vienna Insurance Group, and also Ernst & Young is sitting here with a group that is working on blockchain and Internet of Things.
Do you see the first international guys and girls coming? Because with a membership in one of the hotspots, you get the membership, I think, is it still the same in all of the Talent Garden hotspots?
Absolutely. So with this card I haven't on now, you can really enter in any campus of the Talent Garden family.
So you see any foreigners coming to Vienna already?
Absolutely. We see a lot of members that are moving across the different campuses, and this is one of the big value. You're entering in a community in which you're a member of Talent Garden in Vienna, but you can go to Talent Garden in Milan, in Madrid, in Dublin, in Copenhagen, in all over Europe. And this is, I think, the big challenge. Try to really be part of a global community where you don't have only a meeting room where you can work, but you have people around you that can support you on developing your own business in that city. And this is the real challenge. Develop business across Europe way easier, and Talent Garden is here to do that.
Sorry, and the structure is the same everywhere. So you know when you come to another campus, there will be a community manager you can directly address, and this person will give you a lift into the ecosystem.
And obviously, as it is correct for the company coming from Italy, there will be good coffee in everywhere.
Absolutely. All the campuses, very good coffee.
Davide, today we reported about the WeWork-Case. So they had a valuation of $40 billion. It dropped down to $10 billion. Can you explain some differences between your business, between their business? Are you threatened by the same scenario that they're undergoing right now?
Unfortunately, our evaluation is not 50 billion. Otherwise, we have other problem. So no, outside the jokes. So the topic is obviously the financial is something that unfortunately in the last years we see as as growing the valuation of a company probably too much, and this is for sure a problem. Still, WeWork is a very, very good company, and we are doing great stuff all over the world. Our model is very different because somehow we are vertical, so we target only tech company, only tech people that are inside our campuses. We are not hosting lawyers, we are not hosting any other people that are not coming from the tech world. And in the same time, our business model is not only co-working, but is also education, is an event. As I said before, is around 50% the co-working part, because we use co-working as a tool to aggregate the best people in the ecosystem in order to create the right environment, the place to be for people in order to grow a successful company. This is the main challenges. For them, they open like 50 different campuses only in London. We open maximum 3 campuses for each city because you really want to target and select the best member in the ecosystem in order to support them.
At the beginning, when we met, I think in 2016, and we explained to some people here in Vienna about your idea, many said, well, this is just a real estate business. How much does this real estate business, what kind of role does it play, or is it even correct that that's a real estate business?
We feel way more, I can say, an education and media company, because somehow we support local ecosystem. We create an environment that, yes, is physical, where people can connect, can meet, can learn. So again, 50% of our revenue is coming from content that are organizing in our space, because we believe that at the end it's not about having a physical space. Every one of us can work from home. The real challenge is why I have to come here every morning, because I know that here I meet the right people, because here I can meet other people that can exchange ideas, we can create together new project. I can change my mindset because I know someone that can teach me something small but can change my life.
Petra, why did you choose the 3 topics to start with in the field of education, and are there more topics going to come next years?
Yeah, well, actually, these topics are not just topics that are on in Austria. They are on in the entire tech family, and they prove to be exactly what our community wants to have and needs to have in terms of digital skills that are also wanted by companies. So this is why we chose them. Definitely, we have a high potential of doing things here, also on a local level. We actually thrive for these things that are scalable in a way that they also could be interesting for the rest of the family.
Cool. Do you have synergies on that level as well? Could you have some lecturer from Milano coming to Vienna to teach the communities?
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of the things that we are working more, because we really believe that the topic is also bringing here to Vienna international teachers that can bring new contents and new activity. One of the challenges that we do is not about organizing courses, it's about what really the job market needs. People need to find a job, and people need to update them skills in order to change their job. Talent Garden Innovation School wants exactly to work on this, giving the people the right skills that they need in order to be ready for the job market today. And so this is something that we find locally from our community of people that became our teacher, but also from international people that we bring to Vienna in order to teach the best contents.
What is your further, let's say, internationalization strategy, expansion strategy? You had a good funding, I think it was public, 40 million. So I guess some of that money is still there, or if not, you probably would be able to re-raise again. What do you want to do with that money? What are the next hotspots? Is the CEE region something that would be interesting for you?
Absolutely. So this year, consider that we have already opened 6 different campuses across Europe. We've entered in Spain with a big, amazing new campus in Madrid. We have 3 new campuses in Italy, Milan, Rome, and Turin. We are supporting our growth all over Europe, and in particular for Austria and CEE region is something that we are really working on at the moment, because we believe first that Talent Garden probably can stay in Austria, not only in Vienna, but also in other cities around the country. And all the CEE region can be something that from Vienna we can conquer somehow and bring all this platform across all the region.
What plays a role when you're deciding where to expand next? What are the key metrics, let's say? Why did you choose Vienna, for example, and not Munich? Why did you, I don't know, choose Frankfurt or Hamburg?
What we normally do is that we create an internal algorithm that try to map all the different ecosystem and understand what is the development of venture capital investment, how is active a different community, how the students are required and which skills are missing in the market, but also, and so all these create a priority list of where to go. On the opposite also, we are really also opportunity driven. So we search and scout for partners that really want to be and to have an aligned mission with us on making an impact on local ecosystem. We try to mix these 2 elements in order to create the right platform in that ecosystem.
Petra, Vienna is obviously the center in terms of business and technology in Austria. But do you think other let's say Bundesländer, other countries would be also interested, in case you're allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, we exchanged some first thoughts on that. And definitely it is about looking at the hotspot areas of Austria. And I mean, you name it. It is Linz, it is Graz, it is maybe Salzburg. So actually in these areas, we will have a closer look.
And would you strategically look at the region around it? Let's say Munich, and you could have even Switzerland. So do you think in cities or in economy regions, so to say?
Yeah, I think it's the one thing, and Davide said that already, is the question, is there an ecosystem? Are there more universities on one spot? If you look, for example, at this region, Nuremberg, Fürth, Erlangen, you have 2 universities within 3 cities as a conglomerate. This is interesting. Definitely, you also need a certain economic power, also to have like the business-to-business partners that are together with us in these projects. This is also an argument. And also then in terms of laws and regulations, it is good to be near to a campus where you already made these experiences. And this is definitely now the German-speaking territory.
Cool. Davide, maybe a final question. If one follows your personal LinkedIn feed, I mean, you meet the president of Italy, you have speeches in Stanford in front of, I don't know how prominent people and guests, but you still remain very, very humble and down to earth. So what is the big vision for Talent Garden? You want to be the global player that takes the market, or where do you see your vision from Brescia, so to say, fulfilling its purpose?
So what we have written last year was to say, okay, where we want to arrive, because exactly sometimes we ask ourselves where we want to arrive, and what we answer ourselves is we have created this vision of 2023 where we want to really have an impact of 1 million people across Europe. We believe that the European ecosystem is so fragmented. Every one of us is working in his own cities, and it's difficult for us to go and to grow across different cities. And the problematic that we have in Vienna is the same that there is in Milan, is the same that there is in Dublin or in Denmark. And so the idea is, can we create an ecosystem of people with the same mindset, same passion, same values, and connect all of these talents that are creating the next generation of European leaders together? As Talent Garden, we want to do this. We want to have a big impact on all European ecosystem, involving more than 1 billion people, train more than 20,000 people every year, and select the best 15,000 members across different cities that can really make the difference to create the new generation in Europe.
Fantastic. And I'm very happy that Austria and Vienna plays a role in this vision, and that you were able to hire Petra as really one of the super track record managers here. I'm excited to watch your path, what you develop here in Talent Garden. I'll be coming every now and then, and we can do some things together. All the best for this journey. Thank you for taking time for us, and thank you for being with us. I'm sure I'll meet you here in Talent Garden Vienna, or maybe elsewhere in Austria. Or
you're kindly
beyond.
invited. Come and join the community.
Thank you very much, and
thank you.
See you tomorrow.